Aloha, and I won't say good morning. This is a pre-recorded video today, as we have sent you out many requests to vote for our star realtor here in the Caron Realty International, Gabrilyn Lee. Welcome today, and we couldn't do a Friday morning because we have to have our votes in by Friday at 7 a.m.
Yes, we do.
So, you know me, I'm getting out there and we're going to sell Gabrilyn more and get her more votes, and so she can win this amazing, amazing recognition. And let me tell you a bit about that. It's a national recognition. She's the only realtor here in on Oahu, Hawaii, who's actually in a finalist. 50 agents from across the country called 30 Under 30, and they'll be voting across the country here by Friday at 7 a.m. And she is, you know, what they vote agents for this is their business successes, their innovations, their leadership and community involvement. And I'm going to give a bit of background, Gabrilyn, and then I'd like you to tell your story and your journey up to now.
Sure.
And I remember when Gabrilyn came to us, and, you know, it was about 7 years ago, and she was a hardworking student at HPU. You had a part-time job. Where was that again? Zippies. And she would come to work, and then she'd go to work at Zippies till midnight, right? Long hours. And she was determined to be a very successful real estate agent. She was a star student, of course, in college. Just always go-getter, doing the right things. You know, I was talking to Angus the other day, and I said, you know, everyone wants to be successful, but one of the qualities is the self-discipline, is doing the actions you need to make you successful. And maybe you can tell me some of the discipline habits you've had to get where you are today.
Sure. I think work ethic was always instilled in me from a young age. You know, all throughout school, you know, I always strived, like, why not settle for the best? You know, like, why settle for less, really? You know?
Yes.
So I really started off in school. You know, I always was determined to get good grades throughout school. You know, always went well above and beyond with that kinds of things. So.
And I know sometimes we all start off strong, and, you know, of course, Gabrilyn's an inspiration to young people, but also old people like me and older than me out there. I know some of my listeners older. And, you know, how do you keep yourself going and have that self-discipline when the going gets tough? I mean, what kind of tools do you use to keep yourself on track, personally or professionally?
Well, I like to stay organized, you know, so I always have a list of things I need to do throughout the week, throughout the day. If it gets too overwhelming, then I really just have 3 things that I feel like I need to get done for the day.
Yes.
And then I feel good about myself, you know. It's always in my head. I'm kind of a list person. So, you know, if it's in my head and if I have a list, you know, if I complete it, I feel good about it. So I'm always kind of competing against myself in that kind of sense, where I just feel like I need to get it done. So I push myself to get it done that way.
And, you know, it's really neat that you say you compete with yourself. I think the true successful people actually compete with themselves on how they can be better. And one of the things I know you strive for all the time is client service. So please, you know, tell us what you do, and, you know, give us some of your heartwarming moments you've had with clients.
Well, I really enjoy working with all of my clients, and I think it starts off a lot because most of my business is based off of client referrals or people I know. So naturally, I enjoy everybody that I work with, which is really nice to have.
Yes.
And I feel like if you need to take care of your clients because they're taking care of you. You know, they're the ones supporting the business, so it makes sense you have to give back in that sense, you know.
Absolutely. And when you say give back, you're amazing. Some of the things you give back. Gabby really gets involved on a personal level, but not intrusive, but very professionally on a level personally. And, you know, she celebrates with her clients. So maybe you can talk about some of the celebrations you do.
Yeah, sure. So, you know, it starts when they close on their sale. You know, I try to make it really special for them because obviously it's a big day and a big moment in their life. So, you know, we take a nice sold picture. Of course, you always have to take the sold picture.
Yeah.
And then I give a nice gift basket to my clients. It's always personalized and tailored to whatever I think they like. I always include some kind of personalized item in there. Just something that they wouldn't think to necessarily get for themselves, you know. So I try to make it special in that sense. And then of course, after closing, I'm always really big about keeping in touch with all of my clients. Just because the transaction is over doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship will end as well. So I always try to keep in touch with them monthly, you know, sending them useful things such as market updates on their home, et cetera, et cetera. You know, you reach out to them on their birthdays. And of course, what I really like to do is reach out again to them on their 1-year home anniversary.
Nice.
So I like to create another special moment for them. The sold picture that we take at the closing, I gift it to them in a nice personalized frame for them. Just kind of make it a little special.
Yeah, because I know a lot of your clients have been first-time buyers, and of course, then they decide to upgrade their properties. And you know, as everyone knows, we have our Thanksgiving pie drive every year, but Gabrilyn just really put the icing on the cake today. I mean, last year it was amazing. Another idea she had, and she's a great marketer, and she cares for her clients. So why don't you share that with us?
Yeah, so you know, I think the pie thing is always a great idea. I think it really adds just a nice personal touch. So I get the pies. I order the same pies as you do.
Yeah.
I just make it a little special. I just, you know, put a nice ribbon on it and a nice tag and include a Thanksgiving card for them, handwritten Thanksgiving card, just to make it a little more special and personalized for them.
Absolutely. But how about the animal aspect of it?
Oh, yes.
This is amazing.
So in addition to pies, anybody who has a dog, I gifted them a little doggy pie. I can get it from the Manoa Doggy Bakery. So it's really nice touch because sometimes fur parents are forgotten about. So I did that for the dog parents, and then of course I got little things for the kids too. I baked caramel apples and cupcakes. I don't know if I told you.
No,
that.
You didn't tell me that. I've got to keep up with her. I'm just like, wow, what is she doing now?
So yeah, so that's what I did. I felt I needed to add some kind of home, because when I was reaching out to my clients about, oh, do you want a pie? They're like, oh wow, are you baking me a pie? I'm like, no. But then in my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I should bake just something small, you know, to give to the kids. So. You know. It's
amazing. And you know, I mean, Gabby's constantly on the road. I mean, in 2021 she helped 17 families and did over $10 million, which is amazing. But I know this year's even started off very strong for her, and she sells island wide, and you know, between appointments, showings, closing, new marketing ideas, and she does this all herself. She really only has one part-time assistant to help her with escrows, but this is all by herself. So she clearly stays organized. But one of the things I wanted you to maybe share, and I haven't spoken to you about this, can you think of one purchase or sale where truly it took that dedication and care for the client? Because oftentimes people think it's very easy what we do. Oh yeah, we just bought or sold a property for a client. But there's a lot of backroom mechanics and, you know, caring for the client so much. There's a lot of things we have to do that just because you have a real estate license doesn't mean you're going to go above and beyond. So do you want to maybe give an example of something, whether it be an appraisal or renegotiating a contract? I wouldn't want to be on the other side of Gaby. She's notorious. She's so amazing with her clients.
Well, I guess, you know, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is my current transaction, right? It's always top of mind. That's a listing in Kapolei. We just went into escrow last week. As you know, Kapolei is crazy market out in West Oahu. We got 11 total offers on the place, which is great. So we were getting so many interest, and you know, we were listed at a certain price. Obviously, in this market, we were getting offers above asking. On the day that we were going to review offers, because as you know, you said it, it's kind of normal in that market to set an offer deadline. The day that we were going to make a decision, there was a new sale on MLS that closed. It was the same floor plan. It was listed at a lower price. I kind of heard through the grapevine, obviously it was going to sell higher. I expected that, but it sold a lot higher than I anticipated.
Okay.
And it was actually a lot higher than what a lot of the offers were coming in at.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So, you know, I saw that sale came in, and it basically, you know, I informed my clients about it. You have to be transparent about it.
Yes.
And they gave me permission to basically go back to the agents and tell them, hey, bring your highest and best offer.
Neat.
Yeah. So
wonderful. So again, you know, your job, of course, is getting a strong offer, but highest and best,
and
of
staying
course.
on top of the market, because
Yeah.
everyone I called, they didn't even know that sale had closed in today, you know? So I can't even imagine if I wasn't on top of the market, if I didn't check it that day.
Yeah.
I mean, my clients could have lost out on a lot more money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know that one of my philosophies, I treat the real estate market like the stock market. So I look at it 3 times a day,
Yeah.
like you do.
Mhm,
And
mhm,
you just got to be on it. You've got to know your market.
mhm,
And
mhm.
we, you know, just in Honolulu, we were, you know, we were able to sell something 38% more than the last sale, just because we take that time to know the market on an hourly basis. Actually,
Mhm,
we really
mhm.
do.
So I think it really comes down to knowing the market first and foremost. But
Yes.
of course, you know, also client service is a
Yeah.
big thing. And I know
Yeah.
that's kind of what you were, you know, going into. A memorable transaction that I had was ending of last year. It was a purchase. I was helping out of town buyer. So it was he was going to be moving to Hawaii, retiring in Hawaii. But it was his first time here in like maybe over a decade.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, you know, they don't have family. They were going to be moving here. So I really went above and beyond, was really that family friend for them. You know, picked them up from Waikiki every day to take them to the house in Ewa Beach that they wanted to see, then go back to drop them off. They were on a buying trip for a week, so you know it was crunch time. I helped them. I don't know if I told you, I took them to the furniture store.
I remember the furniture store,
Yes.
and I think I remember you parking their car in your home on your home
Yes, so
driveway
they
or
also
something.
they
Yeah.
also wanted to buy a Lexus, so I took them to the Lexus dealership and was there the whole time. I helped them buy a Lexus. So not only do I help some houses, but I can
That's
come with you to
amazing.
the dealership.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. And you know, just, you know, wrapping things up here, you know, and again, please, you know, we'll be sending this video out again today, and please vote for Gaby. It means a lot. And you know, what are you moving, you know, you had an amazing journey up until now, and you know, you've been in business 7 years. What do you see yourself do the next 7 years in terms of, you know, just you mentally, emotionally changing, and where do you think you'll be?
Well, I definitely still hope to be in real estate, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, and I think a big thing about what I'm doing, which I know you know, is building my real estate profile.
Yes.
Know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely.
Mhm,
Gaby's a
mhm.
very successful investor. We haven't even touched on that. And also, I loved your story about your mum. Do you want to say what, you know, one of the things you got into real
Oh
estate?
yeah, for sure. So she was definitely my biggest inspiration as far as getting into real estate. In 2014, I joined Caron Realty, but as an admin and marketing assistant.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I was fresh out of college, graduated from HPU with my marketing degree, and always just thought I'd do something in business. You know, I didn't know what exactly,
Mhm.
but I really just thought it would be business. And I told you the story before. I interviewed with you guys, and then
Yeah.
I interviewed with a bigger corporation for human resources, which is totally different from, you know, and ultimately, you know, of course, I chose Caron. Obviously, that's a no-brainer,
Oh,
but
yeah, nice.
really, it was important to me to do marketing and
Yes.
to also be with a small company, because I love small companies, which I'm sure you know.
Yeah,
that,
well,
you
having
know,
the boutique's all about client service, and nothing gets
Mhm.
lost, and we're so service orientated, as
Mhm.
everyone knows here. And
Mhm.
no, but
So
and you must have been just thrilled when you got nominated.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, of course I was hopeful, but you know, just to get it was really made me happy. And it was kind of one of those things. It was all, you know, we do vision boards every
Yes.
year, as you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And it was always something that it was on my vision board, it was on my bucket list, but it never, you know, and I'm 29. This is, by the way, this is the last year I'll be able to
I know.
be able to do this 30 under 30. But
Yeah.
you really helped me, encouraged me to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I remember for a few years I'd say to Gaby, hey, why don't you try to be on this top panel on the mainland? Why don't you try to do that? And she really kept the ego side of real estate out
Yeah.
of it. And
I'm
she,
really not big on
no,
that
and
at
she,
all.
you really
Yeah.
focused on the client.
Yes.
And then
yes.
I think I approached you last year on this 30 under 30, and she wasn't quite sure. And then you went ahead and you went out of, next thing I know, you did get nominated. And what a great award, because you've really kept to yourself and you've just knuckled down and worked really hard. And I just want to say again, congratulations, and please vote for Gaby. It'll be much appreciated. Anything else you'd like to say, and then we'll move on to Marianne's photos.
No, I think you covered it all. Thank you so much, everyone, for your votes. And, I really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. And it's really been an honor being the only finalist in Hawaii for the 22 National Association of Realtors 30 under 30. So
that's very cool.
Thank you.
And then we'll just move, and, of course, we all have our passions that we have. And I know Gaby's passion is she has a wonderful boyfriend who cooks, and she gets to discover all different foods. Marianne's is photography, and the theme today is green because it's St. Patrick's Day this week, of course, and so she has a lot of different green plants here, like the fern, the luau fern, and let me just, aren't these beautiful? And the tranquility of the botanical gardens here over on the windward side. They're just amazing, her photos.
So talented.
Banyan trees, isn't it? Yeah, just gorgeous. And the iconic Aloha Tower. How do you like that? Green in the observance of St. Patrick's Day. And on that note, happy St. Patrick's Day. And yay, go Gaby. Let's vote for Gaby. Number one.
Thank you.